In the early 17th century, the Tsardom of Russia spiraled into a chaotic era of civil war and famine known as the Time of Troubles, a vacuum of power that drew the Swedish Empire into a high-stakes gamble for regional supremacy. The conflict began not as an invasion, but as an alliance. In 1609, the embattled Tsar Vasily Shuysky signed the Treaty of Vyborg with King Charles IX of Sweden, trading territorial concessions for Swedish military aid against a Polish-backed pretender to the throne. Jacob De la Gardie, a brilliant young Swedish commander, led a mercenary-heavy expeditionary force deep into the Russian heartland. Following a series of tactical successes alongside Russian loyalists, De la Gardie's forces entered Moscow in March 1610. The Swedish presence was initially greeted with relief by the Muscovite elite, marking a rare moment where Swedish banners flew over the Kremlin as protectors of the legitimate Tsar. However, the intervention quickly soured. In June 1610, the disastrous Battle of Klushino saw the joint Russo-Swedish force crushed by Polish hussars, leading to Shuysky's deposition and the collapse of the alliance. De la Gardie, unpaid and sensing a shift in the winds of power, retreated toward the Baltic, but soon pivoted to outright conquest to secure Swedish interests. While a permanent occupation of Moscow proved untenable due to Polish intervention and Russian national resurgence, the Swedish military diverted its focus to the strategic north. By 1611, they captured the vital fortress of Novgorod, establishing a puppet state and effectively severing Russia's access to the Baltic Sea. This period of De la Gardie's campaign fundamentally reshaped the north. The Swedish occupation of Russian territories eventually concluded with the 1617 Treaty of Stolbovo, which, while returning Novgorod, saw Sweden retain Ingria and Kexholm. This effectively locked Russia out of the Baltic for a century, cementing Sweden's status as a great power and setting the stage for the later, more famous confrontations between Peter the Great and Charles XII.